Hello one and all, and welcome back to more Let's Watch Death Battle. I am the Max of You Trades, and today's episode we've got Sanji versus Rock Lee, One Piece versus Naruto, and an episode I've actually been looking forward to. Oh, damn, ain't that great. So, there's a little bit to discuss here. Honestly, if you'd asked me a few years back, I actually would have probably sided with Rock Lee at the beginning. Fundamentally, he's actually not that powerful in comparison to a lot of One Piece, but with the power of the eight gates, which I'm sure we'll learn more about if you don't know about them now, but basically remove a gate, get a little stronger at the cost of physical wear and tear on the body. It makes up for, you know, stat gaps, basically. And as well as that is, I don't think nowadays that Rock Lee is going to be able to do this. And I will admit, as somebody who is, admittedly, you know, a bit of a One Piece fan, again, I feel important to state that at one point, I really did legitimately think Rock Lee had this. But nowadays, Sanji has gotten a lot stronger over time. That's kind of what One Piece does a lot. The entire cast continues to get stronger and stronger and stronger over time, and faster and more durable. And very recently, Sanji got a raid suit that makes him even stronger and tougher and faster, lets him turn invisible. So, and then there's the fact that Rock Lee can't sense chakra. So even if One Piece characters had chakra, which you could make the argument that they don't, he can't sense Sanji, so he wouldn't be able to find him. So when you add up the entire situation and it looks like, you know, when it looks like Rock Lee is going to have to enter the 8th gate, which is a suicide move, which is ultimately how Might Guy was able to defeat All Might in an earlier death battle. The problem arises when you still need to be able to actually hit your target, and if they're faster than you and can get out of the way, there's not a very strong argument for that, I feel. So, I could be wrong. I feel relatively confident. We're gonna find out real soon, I imagine. So, let's just have ourselves some fun and see what happens.
There are so many heroes with crazy, over-the-top superpowers, but there's one class of character everyone respects.
The master of the martial arts.
Like Sanji, the sushi
Fair enough.
The Straw Hat Pirate.
I mean, there's a reason why,
Piece.
fist-to-fist fighting is so freakishly common in anime.
Village of Naruto.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who
They are
will
busting
win
out.
a death battle.
They're busting out the moves again. And they did a little bro fist. That's awesome. Friendship!
Somewhere in the vast ocean is a seafaring land of science. The Kingdom of Germa.
When the King of Germs decided to churn out some kids, he got an awesome idea.
That's not what he is,
How
but it's a
about
good
he
it's a
make
good
his
term.
kids into killer, emotionless super soldiers.
Yeah!
What could go wrong?
He forced his queen to undergo surgery that would enhance their children during pregnancy.
Basically, think Endeavor times
Wasn't much of
1,000.
a fan.
So she took a drug meant to counteract the effects to hopefully ensure that at least one of her children was, you know, emotionally stable.
A surprisingly low bar to aim for, but hey, good for her. And she pulled it off.
When your options are
While
limited,
most of
you
her
take
children
what you
were
can get.
violent sociopaths, one showed no signs of their shared superhuman genetics. This is Sanji.
He had no fashion sense, but boy howdy was he
didn't have a
well-natured.
rich childhood. I mean, he was surrounded by actual superhuman bullies, but he found peace in cooking for his mom. Well, until she died, and then he was thrown in a dungeon. Look, I told you his childhood sucked.
Fortunately, Sanji
One Piece
eventually
backstories.
escaped thanks to some
They're gonna
help
make
from
you
his
cry.
sister, who I guess was slightly less of a sociopath, and made his way across the sea as a cook.
Yeah, basically.
Until he was shipwrecked and left marooned.
As you do.
Just can't catch a break. But Sanji found a new daddy in the form of Pirate Red Leg Zeph, who trained him in his own martial art, Black Leg style. Wait, shouldn't that be
I suppose
Red
it's not
Leg
necessary to get into the horrible
Confused.
situation
It's
that
an
those
arc
two got
focuses
stuck in, but
exclusively on kicks.
yeah,
which
let's focus on
worked out
fighting style.
Swimmingly for Sanji.
No. Puns are my job. I don't need you pirating that from me.
Womp,
As a
womp, womp.
chef, Sanji firmly believes his hands have no place in a fight. To him, they should be kept as pristine as possible for cooking, which is frankly wonderful etiquette.
Yeah, I mean,
Even if his
I
own
can't
life
argue
is
it.
in serious danger, he will not break this self-imposed rule.
You gotta hand it
He
to
also
him.
doesn't really
Like
need
his
to. His legs are
taekwondo,
strong enough that it doesn't matter.
taekwondo,
He doesn't
and
need his
every other
arms.
martial art with high-flying footwork and mixing them all up like a
I mean, if you get the job
And
done,
just
what
like
difference
a
does it
tasty
make?
dish, he named his attacks after a bunch of French words, which I definitely cannot pronounce.
Though the most
Yeah, I
important
can't
to
either.
recognize is Diable Jambe, also known as the Devil Leg. By moving at incredibly high speeds, Sanji builds up friction between the air and his leg until it literally catches on fire. To do so, he'd have to be
And
moving
yes,
his legs
it
over
does not hurt him.
11,000 meters per second.
Yeah, and that move's pretty lit. Clearly, Sanji's
Fun fact,
super
the
fast. He's quick enough to keep up with the pirate captain Luffy, who effortlessly dodged laser beams from
Okay,
a
so that
robot
so we are counting
paradise.
that.
It's a long
The
story.
creator of One Piece,
That's
Oda,
One
said that the
Piece in a
fire that
nutshell.
is on
A
Sanji's leg
very,
doesn't hurt him is because his soul
very
burns brighter
long
than fire.
story.
Sanji's got plenty of other skills. He can kick your
Had to
face
get that out
so
of there.
hard it makes you as handsome as that devil George Clooney.
Reconstructive
Oh,
surgery
brother.
kick.
Then he can start blasting and Danny DeVito you back to normal with another.
And
If he
with
feels
his
like it.
sky walk technique, he can literally walk on air by, listen to this, flicking his heels so quickly he creates dozens of miniature
I
sonic
love seeing
booms
people that
beneath
don't
his
know about
feet.
One Piece learn about One
That
Piece.
is insane.
Note to self, never skip leg day. In fact, forget the other days. All days are now leg days.
Sanji eventually found a
He's
true
able to
family
float
as
even
a
without
chef
kicking his
for the
heels.
Straw Hat
Interesting,
Pirates. With them at his side, he began a hunt for the All Blue, a mythical location where every ocean in the world connects and all manner of sea life exists. A
Quite
perfect
frankly, it's
spot
one of
for
the
a
more
chef from the
realistic
sea.
goals
But
for a
just
Straw
like
Hat.
all of us, he had to deal with his first and much crazier family at some point. And when he did, he got an upgrade.
Yeah.
This is the Raid Suit, a miraculous outfit with hover boots, invisibility, air boosters for increased kicking power.
And a snazzy cape.
Conveniently, the suit is
Well, the
stored
cape
in an
also
easy
makes a
carry
shield.
canister that can be opened for a magical girl transformation, like so. Oh, is this beer?
Wait a minute. If that's my beer, what am I drinking? I'm gonna either need to go to the bathroom or the hospital.
While Sanji
Or
may
one
not
and then the
possess
other.
the superhuman ability of his siblings, he has learned something similar yet entirely different: hockey.
Gesundheit. This power
Shout
lets
out,
people
shout
push
out
their
to
body do
avoiding
limits
genetic
in a bunch of
engineering,
different
but
ways.
still
Like
becoming
with armament
God
lock,
tier.
he
It's
can hit
crazy.
himself hard.
Specifically to strengthen his limbs for ironclad defense and stronger attacks.
Yeah.
However, Sanji's own speciality is Kenbunshoku, or observation hunt.
Mm-hmm.
With this, Sanji can detect the presence of others, including through walls. He can even predict future events, at least to some extent.
And hanging with the Straw Hats let him push his
Any
abilities to the
extent
limit.
is a good
He's
extent,
strong
let's be
enough to
real.
Keep up with the likes of Zoro, one of the deadliest swordsmen in the friggin' world.
And he could
That
battle
he
the
be?
Marine Fujitora, who could summon meteors from the sky. The largest of which, when compared to the island of Dressrosa, appears to have a diameter of over 780 meters, and thus a kinetic energy of over 12 gigatons of TNT.
Yeah.
He fought a guy who could basically blow up a whole island in a snap, and then some. Let me know the next time you find a cook who can pull that off.
He has his fair
Not a
share of
lot in
weaknesses,
fiction,
though.
actually. You'd think there'd be
Sanji
more.
sees himself as a gentleman, and thus refuses to fight a lady at any cost, even his own life.
And,
Yeah.
he's absolutely terrified of drag queens. That didn't age well.
But even with the setbacks and a horrifying childhood, Sanji is a man of the moment, an adventurer with a goal. One day he will surely discover
Oh,
the
man.
Blue, and whatever else comes after that.
I was looking for a light. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah. Sanji's really cool, guys.
Konoha, the village hidden
I'm
in
sorry,
the
I'm
leaves,
biased.
is a land of phenomenal
Rock Lee is
ninjas.
cool.
From Naruto to Sasuke to Kakashi.
One of my, out of all of the Naruto characters, Rock Lee
But
gets
one
a lot of
ninja student
kudos
sought to
from me.
prove that talent
But
wasn't naturally born.
Sanji, man.
That talent could be achieved through nothing
Rock Lee
but
time.
hard work. This is Rock Lee.
At first, Bowl Cut's path to being a ninja was anything but promising. See, the best ninja can use all sorts of ninja magic called ninjutsu or genjutsu, but not Rocky over here.
Nah.
Essentially, Lee was born with a disability, unable to access the living chakra energies within his body the same way his peers could. But while this certainly made things difficult for him, he continued to train, pushing himself to
You
become
gotta admire
a
that kind of
splendid
tenacity.
ninja.
Too bad he got paired up with Neji, who might as well have the word prodigy stamped on his forehead. Hello, irony.
Yeah.
Family
Little
to speak
bit.
Of, Lee had no one to guide him on his difficult path. Fortunately, he found inspiration in the form of a fellow bowl-cut individual.
Might Guy.
Well,
a man who is simultaneously
I'm pretty sure Rock Lee
cool
got the haircut
and
because he got
incredibly weird.
it from
Guy saw Lee's potential
Guy,
and
not-
trained him to master the art of taijutsu, a ninja's physical
Doink.
prowess using chakra, body, and mind.
So he's not gonna be shooting fireballs or popping up clones of himself like the other guys, but he's gonna learn how to punch harder than anyone. Actually, that's exactly the point of his martial art.
He's very good at it.
A style that's all about shattering bones.
Not just any ninja
Head
can
kick.
master the form of strong fist. In the hands of a novice, it's a dangerous technique. One wrong move and you could accidentally break your own limbs.
But Lee quickly got the hang of it and even learned some awesome moves, like this Killer Azuna drop on steroids.
Yeah.
A primary lotus.
A technique so useful that many other ninja tried to copy it for themselves.
What a bunch of cheaters.
I mean,
He's also got
they
this
do that a
potion,
lot,
and
I
if he
notice,
drinks it, he
in
goes
Naruto.
into a super zen state that makes him basically invincible.
Incorrect as usual, Boomstick. That was due to American censorship.
Right, it wasn't a potion, it was sake. Somehow, Lee's susceptibility to alcohol turns him into an instant expert in the drunken fist. based on
Weird,
actual
but,
martial
you know.
art.
You know, Wiz,
Not the
I've always
weirdest
wanted
thing
to
I've
try
seen.
that style
Not by any
myself,
means.
and, I'm not gonna lie, I've had a few. What's this? Got it. Oh.
Correction. Real drunk
He tried.
dancers only emulate the movements of the inebriated. They're not actually. Ow! 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 Ow!
Piece of cake.
All right.
Anyway,
Awesome.
Rocky Road isn't totally sloshed. He's got one more ace
That-
up his sleeve.
That's
The
something to
8
write down for
gates.
In
Boomstick.
the world of Naruto, 8 metaphorical gates exist within the human body, inspired by real-world Buddhist teachings of opening one's self to achieve
Imagine if-
enlightenment.
But
Characters
in Lee's
with
case, it's
ninjutsu
opening
and
a can of
genjutsu could actually
whoop-ass.
open
Think of
these.
it like that horrible myth about humans using only one small part of their brain. Each open
I'm not sure if there's a
gate
story
increases
reason
Lee's
for why they
abilities
can't.
In some way.
I'll have to look into it.
For example, the first gate allows Lee to utilize 100% of his body's potential by removing inherent mental and physical inhibitions. The third gate lets
Yeah,
him
but you have
expend
those
enough
for a good
chakra all
reason.
at once to perform his signature technique, the Hidden Lotus.
The first few gates are pretty chill, even if they do wear him out. Thing is, the more gates you open, the more dangerous it gets.
Until
But
it
Lee
kills
wasn't
ya.
afraid.
By the age of 13, he could unlock 5 of the 8 gates.
More than enough to keep up with the likes of Neji and honorary Green Day member Gaara. He's almost
Well,
as quick as Naruto. who's
at least
dodged
at the
light speed
time, they
attacks.
kinda
And
outpaced
when
him
he opened
eventually.
The 6th gate, he used it to slice up a giant meteor.
Comparing the scale of the meteor
Well-
to Konoha's mountainside, and assuming Lee contributed his fair share to this group task, he
Okay.
must have
It's like,
produced a
last I
force
checked, there was
equal
like
to
there was like
about
10 or so
230
people
megatons of
punching that
TNT.
meteor.
The average nuclear bomb has a yield of about 5 megatons. So getting hit by 6-gate Lee is like having 50 nukes exploding in your face.
Now,
You know,
Lee has
that's all.
admittedly never used the last 2 gates. However, there are multiple claims that he's mastered them by adulthood. And frankly, as the successor to Might Guy, who did unlock all 8 gates, Lee should be comparable.
Guy could make a blast
I buy
the
it.
size of an island with the 7th gate. With the
I don't see
8th,
why he couldn't.
Go head to head with the ultimate big bad, Madara. This creep was packing more power than when Naruto's chakra blew a hole through the moon. A 400 petaton explosion.
They sure do like to bring that up.
Way bigger than 50 nukes. Hell, the 8th gate can bend the fabric of space.
Just one small problem. Opening the 8th gate puts an immense
Yeah.
toll on the body. The moment you open it, you've essentially guaranteed your own death.
Yeah, but who cares?
Unless
as long as
something
you take
extraordinarily
your own
convenient
with you.
happens,
Under
but
Guy's training and with the help of his friends, Lee has shown that he is indeed a splendid ninja. Though he never quite got the chance to prove himself against Neji.
Well, according to the wisdom of Gammy Boomstick, one's dead and the other isn't, so I think I know who won.
Tact, Boomstick. Now the village
Dark.
expert instructor in taijutsu, and with a kid of his very own, it seems Rock Lee's hard work truly
He
did
named
pay
his
off
son
in the
Metal.
end.
because metal is stronger than rock.
One's own ninja way. The third gate, gate of light, open!
Not bad. Not bad at all.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possible.
Okay, so basically this just kind of further solidifies my stance on this. I think the only way that Rock Lee could potentially win is by going to the 8th gate, which is already a big problem. And I think that his ability to actually hit Sanji is entirely suspect. It's a really unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I mean, I like Rock Lee. He's a good dude. He wants to do good things, and he worked damn hard to get everything that he has gotten. But I just don't think he can. I don't think he can match up. I actually wish there was more I could say about it, but that's kind of all there really is. So I guess let's just watch, have some fun. Yee. Alrighty, what do we got?
I refuse to eat this. It's far too mild, lacking in the fiery use of true spicy curry.
Mild. This is the most perfectly balanced curry around.
I see your fighting skills match your skill in cooking.
Well, that's just rude. I mean, that's like the one surefire way to make sure you piss off Sanji. That and hit women. Is insult food, especially his.
Show your chef some respect.
Respect? I'm a paying customer, and that curry was awful.
He took one bite, dude.
You like that? Look at me like that?
I mean, I just, if I wasn't rooting for Sanji before, I mean, I kind of got it now. That's just unnecessary, Lee. Come on, man. You're nicer than that. Justification is a justification. I'll take it. Any reason is better than no reason for a fight. A boom, a shakalaka.
Picky eaters are the worst.
Why is everything so loud? Fifth gate,
Well,
open!
a couple reasons.
Sixth gate of view, open!
He is tearing through those gates.
Seventh gate of wonder, open! Finish!
Okay, but we haven't seen the raid. Oh, how would you even know to kick that? Didn't matter. It's all good. Don't make me laugh and wince at the same time.
I will never give up. Eighth gate of death, open!
Okay. Technically, he's the one to reach his super state second, so maybe. Oh!
Since you wouldn't finish your food, I'm making you cough up whatever you've already eaten. Anti-matter!
Shrug off his leg?
Looks like mild suited you best. My dish was too spicy for you.
Well, goddamn!
KO!
Goddamn!
I guess Lee can finally have that bout with Neji now.
Given Lee's years of experience and the power of the 8 gates, he definitely kept Sanji on his toes.
But Sanji was no slouch himself, and like Lee, has trained all of his life.
With his speed and observation hockey, he handled even the unpredictable Drunken Fist.
And while the 7th gate meant Lee could
Makes
probably
sense.
blow up an island, that's not as big as the meteors the Straw Hats could handle.
Simply put, Lee had only one somewhat reliable method of a possible victory: the 8th gate. A suicide move he's never actually used before. Not really the best argument for a win on its own.
Yeah!
Number 8 could take on Madara. Sanji's tough, yeah, but he's definitely not on that guy's level. A couple big hits from the 8th gate and Sanji's nothing but paste, so what gives?
Well, Lee would have to hit him first. While Sanji's power may not compare to the 8th gate, his speed is far beyond.
Boom!
Recall when his fellow rubber rabble
Love when I'm able to figure this stuff out.
patiently waited for a light speed laser to reach him before dodging it. To pull this off, Luffy would have had to move 13 times
Oh.
faster than light.
Sanji can regularly keep up with Luffy, and this was before he even got his super
So,
fast
well,
raid suit.
maybe not in
Don't get us wrong,
power.
the power of the 8th gate is
I
incredible.
guess One Piece
If we
characters
were
are
to
just
run this
massively
fight 100
faster than
more
Naruto
rounds,
ones.
Lee would surely land a winning
That's
blow with
interesting.
it a few times.
But more often than not, Sanji's speed is pulling this one off.
Given his speed, raid suit, observation hockey, and his fiery footwork, Sanji had everything he needed to outlast
There
Lee's
you go.
youthful determination for a victory.
Guess you could say he had a leg up on Rock Lee, hand over fist. Or I guess foot over fist, but you get it.
The winner.
He had
is
to balance on
Sanji.
his shotgun leg to do that. That's actually pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Thanks for watching this episode of Death Battle. Come back next week to see previews of our upcoming matchups. If you want to watch more stuff, you can click the boxes
And
right around here.
unless you've
And
been
you
living
can
under a
always pick
rock
up
or
some
don't follow
merch
Twitter,
at
you already know what it is.
store.mrtees.com.
So, Angry Green Man! Hell yeah! And there you have it. I guessed. Oh, I didn't guess. I took the information that I had, I put it all together, and I came up with the very bare minimum, the same conclusion that they did. And that always makes me feel good whenever I'm able to do that. It's a shame to see Rock Lee go down the way he did, but I mean, these things happen. Somebody's got to lose, and well, sometimes your numbers are just lower, and that is unfortunate. I think the major problem in general would be the fact that Sanji got to basically stay a character, and he still is a character, whereas Rock Lee, over the course of Naruto, just kind of became more and more of a side character. I mean, like, you'd think it would have been Rock Lee to do all of that, stuff with Madara, and not have it be Might, but it was Might. And I can understand why they went the route that they did, but I don't know. I think that's the thing. I think from everything I've heard and everything I've seen, which isn't everything, it seems like the Naruto series has a really bad habit of really just kind of going all in on Naruto and Sasuke, and everyone else just kind of happens, and they're kind of cool. They can do some stuff, but they're nowhere near those two. I mean, my God. So that kind of seems to be pretty much the long and short of it. And yeah, this was a great episode. Loved it. I hope you guys enjoyed my little old reaction to it. And I'll see you all very soon for Hulk vs. Broly. Should be a lot of fun.